Welcome back for session 22 of our Numismatic interview with Richard Burdick. And we're covering more of Richard's incredible exonumia collection, and we're going to start with some watch fobs today.
Well, this one is made out of what we call pop-up repoussé. Somebody put three different denominations, dime, quarter, and half dollar together in a watch fob.
What was the purpose of a watch fob?
Well, it was a place to put your watch in your pocket, usually in a vest. And then this part would hang out.
Okay.
When you wanted to check your watch, you actually pull it out like so, or reach in and grab your watch. There was different ways to do it, but these were a popular item. I don't know how early it started, but it was very fashionable in this country in the late 1800s, early 1900s. And there again, jewelry with coins involved was very popular to the late Victorian era. And they made many different watch fobs, out of a number of different things, but I've been drawn to the ones that were made out of coins.
Okay.
This next one has been, well, it's a combination of different items. There were coins that were cut out and used, made into love tokens. And someone took several of these, put them together as a watch fob.
Now, what is the hook on the back here?
That way you could also hook that in your vest and let your watch dangle. There was another way to wear it.
Very nice. I don't think I've ever seen one with the that little hook on the back before.
I've never seen another one made of cut-out love tokens. This one is one of my favorite. Made from buffalo, Indian head buffalo nickels. I've never seen another watch fob made out of these particular coins. And the bottom piece is what's the right way to describe it? A grouping put together as one bauble from the end of the watch fob. That's an extraordinary piece right there.
The coins look like they were very high grade, 1914, 1913.
It was made shortly after those coins were minted, I think.
Yeah, the bottom gives the impression of a buffalo inside, no matter which way you turn it.
Yes. Yeah, that's an extraordinary piece.
That's really
Could be a
neat.
one of a kind.
Very neat. What do we have at the last one?
Well, here's the one. It's a combination of the pop-up repoussé with an enameled bezel. I've never seen another coin watch fob constructed in that manner.
Oh, very nice. I'm going to give another view here of those with the camera.
I had another one that was made out of Indian head pennies. And it was done in the fashion of the Indian head buffalo nickels. Very, very similar. And a friend of mine collected Indian pennies. I traded him away for something. So that's sometimes the good ones get away, but I try to keep the best ones.
Well, let's take a look here now. We have this piece here that you actually have a watch attached to it, and looks like a big gold nugget or something here.
Yeah, that piece has quite a story to it.
Do you have? Can you share that with us?
Yeah, I was at a Long Beach coin show. I was sitting behind a table of a friend of mine, and this old man comes up, and he's got this thing in his hand. The watch was not connected to this. The watch itself was my great-grandfather's, and I've been carrying that thing in my safety deposit box since I was, maybe 18 or 19 years old, and I just kept it in the safety deposit box because I feel I cherished it because I loved my great-grandfather, and it was a place to keep it, a safe place. But anyways, going back to the story about this old man that brought this watch fob. This had been in his family, according to the story he told me. This watch fob had been in his family since the 1850s, and his relative struck gold in the California gold rush and did quite well. And he went back to San Francisco with his booty of gold, and he fell in love with a woman, and he had this piece made for her, and it's the reason that it means something to me is that there's a engraved gold love token made from a quarter eagle. And what is the date on that? 1853, is it?
Yes, sir.
That was the date he went back to San Francisco. And he ended up marrying this girl, but he had this piece made for her. Very, very special piece. And I think I bought this around 2005. And he told me that he had no relatives to give this thing to. So he wanted to go to a good place, and several other dealers at the show told him, send him over to me, because they said I'll give him a fair price for it. I asked him what he wanted, and it was something like $5,000, which to me was an absolutely ridiculous price. But I made him an offer that I guess he couldn't refuse. And I said, well, what are you going to do with that money? He says, I'm moving to Thailand. So I fall in love with a girl from Thailand. I'm going to build a house and stay in Thailand for the rest of my life. And that's the story of how I got that piece.
Wow. Now, have you kept it since then?
Actually, no. A friend of mine that collected watch fobs, he fell in love with this piece, and I know it was probably the best watch fob he'd ever seen. And he offered me, I owed this guy some favors, and he offered me a profit on the piece. I didn't really want to sell it, but I did. And I don't know, 8-10 years later, he was getting on in age, and he sold it back to me. So I got it back for the same price I sold it for, basically.
Very cool, very cool. Well, we're going to spend a little time now. Let me put this one away here. We had a recent acquisition at the A&A in Chicago, and we're going to talk a little bit about that piece now. Yes. Again, we have it in a special holder here. And tell us what we're looking at.
Well, a very prominent dealer in this country, his name is Jonathan Kern, and I've bought some extraordinary pieces from him over the years. And he comes walking up to my table holding this in his hand, and he says, I thought you might be interested in this. And this piece blew my doors off. The black ribbon is called what we call a mourning ribbon. And black cloth has been used as a sign of mourning for the loss of a loved one or friend since the Roman era. The Romans actually would wear black robes to commemorate the loss of a relative or a friend or loved one. So I knew the black ribbon, I knew it was a black mourning ribbon, but never did I dream that somebody would attach a high relief US $20 gold piece to one of these things. This is it's got to be one of a kind, and it was fairly priced, and it's kind of had to have it.
So, have you been able to research it at all?
There's this part right here is it's stamped 14K, and it's very difficult to see. There is some other writing on the inside of this bar, but it's kind of obscured by the black ribbon. I can't tell exactly what it says, and you're going to have to do some further research on it. It might be a maker mark, could be the mark of maybe who it was made for. But after I got home, I started studying this piece, and I noticed when I took a magnifying glass that there's an embossed butterfly right here. And I have an extraordinary history. And I've been collecting butterflies since I've been 8 years old. And this piece was meant to be, because here's an embossed butterfly and an extraordinary gold watch fob. And so I had this other watch made out of a $20 gold piece. So I thought it was appropriate just to attach that to this piece. And this is one of the very, very best pieces of my collection. And I was able to get it just a few months ago at the A&A in Chicago.
Very nice, very nice. All right, we're gonna go ahead and close that one up because that is such a rarity.
Flip so you can see the back of this. Yeah, flip it like that. That way you can see the back of the $20 gold piece.
Yep, it's a high relief. Now, there was another piece that I know you have a incredible liking for, and we're going to talk about that here in just a moment.
Oh, you get some pins in there? Is there four?
Yeah, you're holding the pins to it.
Is there four?
No, there's,
Is there three?
no, that's fine.
Well, there's four. I don't want to lose. There's five? Well, they must go to something else.
Okay.
I'm always afraid we're going to drop them on the floor and I hit them with my toe.
All right. Let's just leave this one here for right now.
Yeah, let's put this on.
And then let's talk about this fabulous ring that you acquired.
Don't start it yet. I think it is.
Okay.
It's
so
one of the
we
best
had-
pieces of my whole collection, I think.
We had a short break there while we got... what we have here now is we have a unique item. It's... Let me make sure I have the orientation here proper for you. Oh, I did not. This here is a very unique item. This is a ring. It's a unique ring of King James I and Queen Mary I. And what it was these were silver dollar size coins or $half size coins that were trimmed down and folded and welded together. Accompanying this, Richard has a little piece of paper mentioning where this ring was found. And it says that September 27th, 1843, gold ring composed of the fine sovereigns of Mary and King James I exhibit their portraits, purchased from an office of the Board of Works, found in the makings of, and unfortunately that's all we can see. So it looks like this was found in possibly ruins or found in a
I think it was found, they were digging a foundation for a building, if I remember correctly. That's where it was found.
It's very,
In
very unique.
1843, I believe.
Wow. And how did you come about it?
I found it at a coin show, fell in love with it, and worked out a deal and purchased it.
And
Look at the inside. Look at the inside of the ring, because these coins were wafer thin, and you can see the back side of the coins on the inside of the ring. You can see coats of arms for each monarch.
wow, that's very unique. There's the old little scroll that was found with it. And do you have any provenance from when it was found till now?
Only this.
Only that.
It's amazing that this scroll has survived with this ring all these years.
Yep. All right. And did you bring anything else with us that you're going to show us today? Or what's this little silver ring you got here?
Oh, I put that out because it's because we had another ring, but this is I call it a love token ring because it was it's actually made from a barber $50. I'm gonna let you spin that around. These were said to be made by prisoners and also sailors. they would allegedly, I mean, both guys had a lot of time on their hands, but they would take a coin and take a spoon and keep tapping it and rotate the coin. Take untold hours to make something like this. These are quite scarce, seldom seen.
Yeah, the ship's anchor on this one makes it think it's probably a nautical piece. Very nice, very nice.
You can actually see the date of the coin inside.
Oh wow, very cool, very cool. All right, well that's going to be it for today. Thank you, Richard, and
Thank you.
we will have a small break, and when we come back, we'll take a more look at more of Richard's incredible collection of exonumia. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy our channel, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.